over. All the racist comments are over.
Hey, what have I ever said that's racist?
No,
ever,
no,
ever, ever.
What the left has stood for with political correctness is to try and get those with whom they disagree to shut up.
Andrew Breitbart, love him or hate him, his name demands a strong reaction.
We are a citizen journalism army, and we're going to take this country back.
Before his untimely death in 2012, he achieved a status few in his era could ever dream of: icon.
I don't think there's anybody who understands the way information flows in the modern world better than Andrew Breitbart.
Hating Breitbart is his story. A champion to some, a demon to others.
The scum that is this assassin Breitbart.
They had to hate him. They had to make people want to hate him, because if you hate him, if he's a villain, if he's a racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe, you don't need to think about the things that he's saying. You can just discount him.
My mere standing here is causing people to intimate that they want to be violent against me.
Filmmaker Andrew Marcus spent 2.5 years following Breitbart around the country.
We didn't know what the story was going to end up being. We just knew that following this guy was dramatic. We just felt compelled. We've got to document this moment. Now, the fact that it ended up blowing up into these major stories, I was surprised, but it wasn't unexpected.
Breitbart's whistleblowing quickly became national news.
One of the top amazing achievements that he had was the way that he rolled out the Acorn story and brought them down and exposed the media in the process.
James O'Keefe is a 25-year-old independent filmmaker. He came to me with this extraordinary video where he played the role of a pimp with a prostitute.
Let me make sure there's a code for it, okay?
A code for prostitution?
You might have to name it something else.
The Senate immediately moved to defund Acorn.
Andrew Breitbart despised bullies. And I think that in his mind, what the mainstream media was doing was bullying, and he just wasn't going to take it anymore.
They wanted to destroy him, and we decided to destroy them back.
This is guilt by association, you
Why are you so angry?
Because you try and destroy people's lives through innuendo. Innuendo. You're the most despicable life form I've ever seen.
Breitbart also made headlines when he posted videos that refuted a congressman's claims.
John Lewis decided to falsely accuse on purpose the Tea Partiers of hurling the N-word about 15 times.
He boldly stood up and said, I'm going to offer $100,000 if you can prove that there was one instance, not 15 times as they claimed, but one.
He said it was a page out of a time machine. We thought they were going to hurl rocks. What happened? They hurled the N-word. How many times? 15 times. 15 times, 15 people. It is a provable lie.
But how do you forget the most perfect story ever for Andrew Breitbart? The Wienergate story. The exposing of Anthony Weiner having exposed himself. That was maybe the most perfect story ever.
I was checking my Twitter account and somebody sent me the retweet. I clicked on it, saw that it was coming from Congressman Weiner's account.
The photo showed a man from the waist down in his underwear.
CNN puts this Breitbart guy down and says the most outlandish thing about complete innocent people.
To be clear, the picture was of me, and I sent it.
As he scored one media victory after another, his list of enemies grew longer.
It's the people who hated him that are the most affected by him. Even in his death, they still tweet horribly angry things about Andrew Breitbart.
Everybody put your cameras up in the air. The new media is taking over where the old media failed.
He was a happy warrior. He was righteously indignant. He would spend all day fighting the battle and all night hanging out with friends. He had a tireless drive to fight this fight, but he also had a tireless drive to have fun.
Close set.
I hope that what people take away from this film is that the picture that the media paints about people is frequently nowhere near the truth about a person.
And you became the media. You took their jobs because they wouldn't do their jobs right. Thank you very much.